What's up guys, Saf here on Super Saf TV, and I've partnered with ROG to bring you their latest gaming laptops. We've got the ROG Strix Scar 17 Special Edition, as well as the ROG Flow X16. These are offering some big improvements with some unique features. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. So first up, we're going to be taking a look at the ROG Strix Scar 17 Special Edition. Now this is the most powerful gaming laptop to date from ROG, and it really maxes out the performance when you compare this to the regular Strix Scar 17. So inside the box, as well as the Strix Scar 17 Special Edition, we do get some paperwork with a keychain. There are also 2 additional armor caps which you can easily switch. You can also get these 3D printed and get them completely customized if you'd like. There's a UV torch which looks a little bit like a lightsaber. We'll come back to this later. And we also have the power supply with cable. Now this is a 330 watt power supply, which is 34% smaller and 27% lighter. This does support fast charging, so you can get 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes. And here it is. So we've got an aluminium lid with Cybertex accents that have invisible UV reactive ink, and they do glow up with UV light, which you can get from the UV torch that's included. There's the RGB ROG logo here at the back, and if we open this up, you'll notice we've got a transparent element here on the base as well, which looks really cool. And then we have this beautiful display. This is a 17-inch display with 3 milliseconds response time with adaptive sync, and it's available in 2 options: Full HD 360Hz or Quad HD 240Hz. I also really like how thin the display is, but what we really need to talk about is the performance. So you can get this with up to the 12th gen Intel Core i9 HX series, which has 16 cores, 8 performance cores and 8 efficiency cores with a boost clock speed of up to 5.2 GHz. The NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti laptop GPU with a base TGP of 150 watts, that's bumped up by about 20%, and a max TGP of 175 watts. So ROG have used pretty much the maximum wattage available for the CPU and GPU. You've also got up to 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, 2 times 2 terabyte PCIe 4.0 SSD in RAID 0. And we have ROG's intelligent cooling with a very large vapor chamber which covers around 48.8% of the motherboard. Now this is using 2nd generation liquid metal, and temperatures are up to 15 degrees cooler. We also have nickel plating, and all of this means that not only will you have cooler temperatures in the short term, but also in the long term, many years on. For the battery, we do have a 90 watt hour battery with the 330 watt power supply, which is smaller and lighter and supports fast charging. Now you also do have USB Type-C charging up to 100 watts. So if you're not going to be using the power supply, say for example, if you're on a plane, you're still going to be able to get 100 watts, which is pretty good. And for the keyboard, we do have per key RGB lighting with around 2 millimeters of travel. And the surface temperature is also lower compared to other equivalent gaming laptops. Right now for the ports, we do have the keystone on the right hand side. This will allow you to apply things like lighting effects and sound effects customized to you and allow you to quickly just slot this in. On the left hand side, we do have 2 full-size USB Type A ports as well as the audio combo jack. And then at the back, we have the Thunderbolt 4 port with DisplayPort support, a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port, an HDMI 2.1 port, a 2.5G LAN RJ45 jack, as well as your power in. So if you are after a fully maxed out gaming laptop, then the ROG Strix Scar 17 Special Edition may just be the one for you. But if you're somebody who wants something that's a bit more flexible and compact, but still does pack a punch, then you might want to check out the ROG Flow X16. So the ROG Flow X16 gives you a larger version of the X13, which allows for not only a larger display, but for additional performance. So inside the box, as well as the ROG Flow X16, you do get a piece of card which you can fold up and use as a bit of a base to tilt up the X16. There's also some paperwork, as well as a power supply and some cables. Now with this power supply, you can get fast charging, so 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes. And here it is. Now this is very compact, especially for something with a 16-inch display. It's just around 2 kilograms in weight and just 19.4 millimeters thin. And we've got this really nice sand-blasted finish, which does give it some more grip. Right, now let's go ahead and take a look at this display. This is a 16-inch Gorilla Glass 3 touchscreen with Quad HD resolution, 165 Hz refresh rate, 3 milliseconds response time, 100% DCI-P Pantone validated, a 16:10 aspect ratio, so you've got some more vertical real estate, and this is also available with a mini LED option. This will give you ROG's Nebula HDR with up to 1100 nits of peak brightness. Now, not only is this the touchscreen, but you also do have pen support on this display, and that becomes even more useful considering the fact that we've got a full 360 hinge. So we can just go ahead and fold it back on itself and use it in tablet mode. And when you are in tablet mode, then using the pen is going to make this so much more versatile. So in your day-to-day, if you want to use this in laptop mode, you're going to be able to do that just fine. You can use this in tablet mode. And if you want to watch a movie or even game, then you can just prop it up like this, maybe use a controller and see this at a distance. This is very, very flexible. Now, compared to the X13, having this larger size does allow for some increased performance. So you can get this with up to the AMD Ryzen 6900HS series CPU, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 Ti laptop GPU with max TGP of 125 watts, MUX switch, 64 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and 2 PCIe Gen 4x4 SSD slots. You've also got Frost Force technology with Pulsar heatsink, which allows precise airflow with its ultra-dense fans to direct air towards the GPU. Now, if you want to increase the performance even further, or maybe you want to go with the base 3050 Ti model, then this is compatible with XG Mobile. So you'll be able to connect the X Mobile external GPU, which is around 1.2 kgs, and that will give you up to an AMD Radeon RX 6850M XT with an integrated 330 watt adapter and increased I/O. Now, if you do go for the 3070 Ti model, this might be something that you just have as an option, maybe to future-proof this. But if you do decide to go for the more affordable 3050 Ti or even the 3060 Ti, which will be more than enough for your day-to-day, when you do want to plug in and fully take advantage of gaming, then it's great to have the XG Mobile support. Now, we do have the same speakers as the G15 as well as the M16. They're loud and crisp. And for the ports, on the right-hand side, we do have 2 full-size USB-A ports as well as a micro SD card slot. And on the left-hand side, we have the DC in, we have an HDMI port, a USB Type-C port, the XG Mobile port, which also has a USB Type-C port. So if you're not going to be connecting this to XG Mobile, then you can still use that USB Type-C port, as well as an audio combo jack. We've got a 90 watt-hour battery included, which does support fast charging, so you can get 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. And I think the X16 is a great flexible option, something that you can use in your day-to-day, but also has the capabilities to game. And with the 360 mechanism, it just allows you to also use this as a tablet if needed. So that is the ROG Strix Scar 17 Special Edition, as well as the ROG Flow X16. We've got something for everyone if you're a gamer here. What do you guys think of these? Which one would you go for? Do drop me a comment below, let me know your thoughts. If you're interested in finding out more or picking one of these up, there will be some links in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then as always, do smash that like button for me. And if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss future coverage like this. If you want to see a related video, I did cover some ASUS laptops last week. Those will be linked here. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on Super Saf TV. I'll see you next time.